that I researched are the seatbelt and the child car seat. The seatbelt is an important feature of a car because it keeps a person from ejecting into the window by holding the person down. If not, it can lead to serious injury or death. According to Newton's first law, or inertia, it states that an object in motion will stay in motion unless an outside force acts upon it. Which means that as the egg is in motion after the drop, it is still in motion, but the outside force, which is the seatbelt, allows the egg to slow down with a smaller impact. If the egg did not have the seatbelt, the impact and injuries would be greater. And it's an important tool for a baby in a car. The reason for the car seat is to protect the baby's neck and spine by absorbing the impact of the crash, and will only allow minimal movement. The car seat relates to the egg drop because the car seat will absorb the impact of the drop and have little effect on the egg. Like Newton's third law, if the egg were to hit the wall when dropped, then the force of the impact will exert back onto the egg.
The chromosome is part of the car that is made to be crushed and deformed during a collision. The purpose behind the chromosome is to make it so that the car can take as much energy from the collision so that it doesn't affect the driver whatsoever. How this is related to the egg drop project is that if we do add chromosomes around the project, it will crush the chromosomes instead of the center of the box of where the egg is at. And this goes back to Newton's third law onto that if object A exerts a force onto object B, then object B exerts a force onto object A in equal magnitude but opposite directions. Head restraints is a car safety feature that helps prevent the driver from having any head injury as well as any whiplash injury. And how this is done is there's the padding from the top of an automobile seat that helps you get any head injury. And how this is related to the egg drop project is that the cushion around the egg will help prevent it from breaking. And this is related to Newton's third law that states if object A exerts a force onto object B, then object B exerts a force onto object A in equal magnitude but the opposite direction.
The research I did is the airbag. With the airbag, it gives more time for the force to act upon the car. Because there's more time, less force will act upon the car and you. According to Newton's third law, if object A exerts a force to object B will exert a force back to object A with equal magnitude, but in different directions. How this relates to the A project is because with the airbag, it will hit the person, and then the person will hit the airbag, so that's why it relates.
My name is Francisco, and I will be talking about braking systems. And what braking systems do is that they stop an object using friction, and what they do is they get kinetic energy and convert it to heat. And what it does is it increases air resistance and drags, like in airplanes and parachutes. And what drag is a pull against resistance.
So what I'm going to be talking about is the energy absorbing steering system, which works by absorbing impact forces, which compromise the steering to basically steers the car and allows it to follow its desired course by creating friction. And then the electronic stability control is an automatic brake system that protects the car from going off and skidding into collisions and accidents. It applies to Newton's first law by being an object in motion stays in motion unless acted on by an outside force, and the object in motion is the wheels when they skid, and then the outside force is the brakes when they come into tag and act on, and yeah.